Hello everyone and welcome to What's Cooking on WDHT TV, and we are here at Zaman International in their brand new kitchen with the Amanda Saab. She is an award-winning chef and we are really excited to have her here, and I'm particularly excited because I get a cooking lesson from one of the best. So Amanda, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me, and that's quite the intro, so no pressure now.
No pressure at all. Oh, you can handle it. We're in Zaman,
yes,
and this is the new kitchen that has just been constructed, and it's really exciting. So tell us a little bit about that before we get cooking.
Yes, I'm so excited for this beautiful community kitchen. Our Boost students are learning a new trade. They're doing their vocational training in culinary arts. So during the week, they're learning on how to work in the food industry. And we're also really excited because we're going to have community classes launching really soon. So you can come and learn with me and Chef Daniela more often than just now.
Oh, that's wonderful. And of course, Zaman International helps marginalized women, economically challenged individuals, and they can come in and actually learn a trade here, and that's part of the Boost program, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's
and
great.
The meals, you know, clients can come in and get a hot meal. So that's one of the advantages of having this kitchen, is they can come and get a warm, delicious, wholesome meal.
Wonderful. And then people like me that really need cooking lessons can come in the evening and for a certain fee make a meal and actually enjoy it here as well.
Exactly. So make your meal, enjoy it, or take it home for your family, and then you don't have to make dinner that evening.
That's very tempting for me. We are going to be making kale shrimp pasta, right?
Yes.
All right, so this looks great, and it almost looks manageable. So tell us what we need to do first.
It's totally manageable. So the first thing we're going to do is salt our pasta water and get our pasta going, because that'll only take a few minutes. We want to get that going, and then it can wait for us to get the shrimp going, and then we'll make our pesto, and it'll all come together. Simple, healthy, delicious meal. You won't even notice there's kale in it, in the pesto. I mean, my husband doesn't even know he's eating a vegetable when he's eating this, so it's great.
Do you usually maybe put spinach in it, or is that just a variation?
Yeah, so you can put spinach. Traditionally, pesto is made with basil,
right,
but because we're in the winter months, basil isn't readily available and it's not at the peak of deliciousness.
Right.
So you don't really want to use basil this time of year. I have a little bit just for garnish and that sort of thing, but kale is readily available, so we can use that, and then you're getting more dark greens into your diet, and it's really nutritious for you.
Sounds exciting. So what are the ingredients that we are looking at here?
Yeah,
I know those are tomatoes.
Cherry tomatoes.
Yes.
We have our kale, so I use baby kale because it's more tender.
Okay.
We'll pick off the stems, and then you won't get that kind of fibrous chew that you normally get with kale. We have almonds and walnuts, and I'll let you pick your favorite nut, and we'll use that in the pesto. We have some salt, some fresh lemons, always use fresh lemons. We have our shrimp, garlic, lots of garlic in this recipe, both in the pesto and then when it's cooked with the shrimp.
Okay.
Some pasta, and we have some parsley and a little bit of basil, and some bread because we always need more carbs with our pasta.
Absolutely. Okay, so what do we do first?
Okay, so we can make, I'll have you actually come onto this side and I'll have you make our pesto for us.
Okay.
So we're gonna start with our kale. So we have our baby kale, and you can just pop it in our Vitamix. Wonderful. And then which do you prefer, almonds or walnuts?
Can we use both?
We can. I love the way you think.
Let's do both.
So what I love about pesto is that
pour them in here? So it's like about a cup of each, maybe?
So we're not going to put all the nuts because that's like a lot. So we'll do about half of each. I love about pesto is that...
My three favorite nuts are here, Angela, Stan, and Bob, by the way. So, okay, here we go.
That's great. Is that it's so versatile, and you can add any nut you like. If you like pistachios, you can add them in. If you like cashews, you can add them in. So it's very versatile, and once you have the base of your pesto down, you can change it up to what you like.
Okay, so
about half of those, yeah.
Okay. So could you add the pistachio with all of this too?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to smash some of the garlic, and then it comes free from its peel.
Now, how did you do that? I missed
I'll do it
it.
again.
Please do it again.
Pop those in.
This takes me a long time to...
So with the fat of your chef's knife, you place it down, and then it just comes right out.
Wow, okay. Hey, that's
Pop those in
are
too?
the secrets I need to know.
Yes,
okay.
they are. And we'll pop these down.
So that
here
was
for later.
about 1, 2, 3, 4 cloves?
Yes.
Okay.
And then a generous pinch of kosher salt.
Okay. A little bit more?
Yeah, because there's a lot in there.
Right.
And with our lemon, we're going to use the juice and the zest. So go ahead and juice that in.
Juice it in?
And then I'll zest this. I'm using a microplane. Have you ever used one of these before? So microplane is a fabulous tool I think all home cooks should have because it not only zests, but if you're trying to grate your garlic and you don't want to sit there and chop it up, you can use this and it's really nice and fine. You can do your nutmeg if you're using whole nutmeg, which you should because it's much more flavorful that way. You can grate it this way and you'll have delicious, fresh spices for yourself.
Okay.
And you can
get that anywhere?
Any kitchen store. They even have little mini ones if you don't want to get the the big one, and just see how you like it and see how like nicely that zest, and it's really easy to use. So I'll just scoop that up. And
so are we putting that in there too?
Oh yeah.
So that's the lemon rind kind of thing.
Yeah, so I'll just do that, and then we're gonna put the lid on and we're gonna drizzle in our oil slowly.
Okay. Do I have the lid on right?
I believe so.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna add some more of the olive oil. So we'll stop it. So what we can do, what's really nice, I'll show you these fancy lids actually screw off.
Oh, okay.
So then you can have the machine going. No, it's okay.
Okay.
That's the first time using this machine, so.
Okay.
And then we're gonna drizzle in the olive oil slowly while we turn it on. Because it'll help us see how much we need. Because sometimes you need more, depending on the vegetable. Sometimes it has more water content, that sort of thing.
Okay.
So, and then continue drizzling. Yep. Keep going. If you have a constant stream, it'll start into. Keep going. Perfect.
All right.
And I'm gonna grab a tasting spoon because you always want to taste for seasoning.
Okay.
And then we can see if we need a little bit more salt there.
This looks really amazing. That was pretty quick.
Yeah, and like I said, you can make like a huge batch, keep it in the fridge, put it over chicken, put it on your pasta, even on some toast with an egg that's sunny side up, that sort of thing.
Was the we got a little bit of lemon grind in there? Is
really
that
good?
Is it?
Mm-hmm. That's really good.
Very good.
What do you think about seasoning? Are you good? A little bit more salt?
I'm not a salt person, so you tell me.
I think it's perfect.
I think it's good too.
Awesome.
I don't think we need anything else.
Pop these in. So once you have your pesto done, like I said, you can keep that jarred for up to a week in your fridge. Traditionally, pestos are made with Parmesan cheese.
Yes.
But I wanted to keep it really simple and healthy, and you don't have to have dairy to have a really hearty, delicious meal.
But if you wanted to, you could.
Oh yes.
At the end.
Oh yes. You can also use other cheeses that you have on hand.
Mozzarella?
Mozzarella is a little bit too soft, so you want a hard cheese that you can grate that'll be able to hold and stand up to the nuts and the fiber of the kale.
Okay, great.
So next we're gonna move over to the stove and we're gonna saute our shrimp. But before that, we need to prepare some garlic. So I'm gonna actually have you do the tricks that I taught you.
Okay.
Gotta get a little muscle in there, perfect.
All right, look at that. Okay, that's gonna save me a lot of time.
Yeah, and then you're gonna grate it on your microplane.
Okay.
And I love adding the same flavor profiles throughout the dish. So we use the garlic in the pesto, and then we're gonna add the garlic with the shrimp, as long as with some lemon. So you get like a really enhanced flavor when you add it to multiple aspects of the dish.
Okay.
And with your shrimp.
Is that good or?
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
And we'll do one more actually.
All right.
Because garlic is super flavored. It's also really good for you. And it'll just enhance the lemon and everything else.
I love garlic. I put garlic in everything that I make.
So do I. hence the reason it's in this this recipe. And I'll have the full like measurements on my website. So if you needed exact directions on what to use, it's all on amandasplate.com.
amandasplate.com? Okay, great. And you have other things on there too. You've got a whole gamut of recipes and things like that. Now, what was the recipe that actually won you Master Chef?
So my audition dish was my baklava cheesecake.
Ooh, baklava cheesecake.
Yes, so a fusion of East and West and just bringing those flavors together. Something that I felt represented me really well. And it's actually featured in America the Great Cookbook as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they went all across the United States and just different recipes highlighting different flavors of different regions, and my baklava cheesecake is in there.
Wow, and that's something you came up with, because I've never heard of baklava cheesecake.
Yes, so just experimenting and playing in the kitchen, and that's what I came up with.
Maybe we'll have to make that next time.
Oh, I'd love that.
Oh, that sounds exciting. Okay,
awesome.
So now what do we do?
So we're gonna move over to the stove.
Okay.
We're gonna take our olive oil and our shrimp.
And
yeah, let me grab a little bowl. Actually, we can just pop it right in this bowl, so we don't have to take all this stuff. Yeah, and I love using the knife to scoop things up, and obviously to chop things. So having a good chef knife is important. The salt and the shrimp. Can you grab the shrimp for me?
Yes,
thank you. Awesome.
So we're at the stove, we're boiling the water now, and a washed pot never boils, right?
Yes, exactly. So we're gonna turn that on high, and when you're salting your water for pasta, you wanna salt it heavily.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Because pasta itself is not very flavorful, especially when you're buying just like a commercial pasta. So you wanna give it that enhancer, which is the salt. So, I mean, I would even do more than that. Okay. But we need some for our shrimp, so we'll reserve that.
Okay, sounds good.
So we're gonna get our shrimp going, and they only take a few minutes to cook. So we're gonna cook down our garlic first, and then add the shrimp. So we're gonna start our fire.
Here, I'll have you do that.
Oh, thank you. And then we're gonna add our garlic.
Oh, yep.
And garlic burns really fast, so you just want to get it in the pot.
That I know.
Yeah. Have you done that before? And then you're going to add your shrimp.
There you go.
Thank you. Now we're going to season.
So you don't have to heat anything up yet, right? I mean, it just does it together.
Yeah, just all together, and it'll be done in just a few minutes, which is so awesome. I mean, the way you know shrimp is cooked is it'll start turning pink.
Right.
So right now it's like this grayish color. It'll start turning pink in just about 2 minutes or so. It'll be done cooking. I'm gonna season that. And I'm gonna grab some black pepper as well. So I'm gonna sprinkle in some black pepper here. And I used a really big saute pan because we're gonna actually add the pesto. Oh, thank you. And the pasta right into here.
Oh, okay.
See, they're already starting to turn pink, which is awesome. And is our water going? Nope. Almost there.
So how long does the pasta take to cook?
About 8 minutes.
Okay.
So it's really quick. And I love this because, you know, you can make this on a weeknight after work. It's going to be done in less than 30 minutes, and you have a really delicious meal that's packed with flavor. Done.
Oh, we got water boiling here.
Wonderful. So grab our pasta. So I'm going to pop our pasta in, and I have a pound.
I'm known to overcook and make more, so I would make like a box, and then I think, okay, we need a little bit more, so I grab another box, and I end up a box and a half. So yeah, I always have leftovers.
Technically, 1 box of pasta is 8 servings, but that's I mean,
okay,
it's usually good for 4 people.
Okay. So these are like still need a little bit more time.
Just a little bit, and you start to smell that garlic. Oh, it smells so good.
So what about the garlic that in the store that's already peeled, like in the bag and stuff? Is that something you would recommend to use if you're in a hurry?
I would not recommend that, just because some of the companies use chlorine to help peel the garlic and keep it preserved.
Okay.
And I actually can taste it in the peeled garlic. So that's not, I mean, like we peeled a few cloves of garlic and it went very quick.
easy.
You know,
very
just slam
easy.
it down, get the peel to come off.
What about the ones that are already chopped in the bottle?
I wouldn't use that either. Just fresh is always best, whenever you can. If you're in a pinch and you really need a quick
Fix of garlic?
just go ahead and do it. But fresh is always best.
Okay, great.
Pasta's going, and then we're gonna add our cherry tomatoes now.
So you don't cut them up, just as they are?
Yeah, just as they are, and they'll burst, because we don't want like all the water to kind of come out of it, all that moisture that's naturally in the tomatoes, but just getting that nice saute on them, they'll burst in your mouth. And you get like a really delicious burst of flavor. I love it. And if you had the time and you wanted to spend more time, you can roast your tomatoes in the oven, and they get like nicely caramelized. You bring out that sweetness that's naturally in the tomatoes.
You don't put anything in them? You just put them in the oven by themselves?
Olive oil, salt and pepper.
Okay.
Would be delicious. So these will go, and we'll just turn down the heat on that. And then what's really cool is when we add the pasta, we actually use some of that pasta water to thicken up the sauce.
Oh, okay.
So that's like another little hack for you.
Okay. But the pesto you don't really cook, right? You just sort of put it in there.
Yeah, we're gonna toss it in at the end.
At the end.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are we doing now?
I'm gonna grab some tongs, and we're gonna pull out that pasta, and I'm gonna grab the pesto.
Okay, so you don't use a strainer, you use tongs?
Yeah, because we're we want some of that pasta water in there. Actually, I have a pasta scoop.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so we're just gonna, do you want to do it?
Oh, okay.
I want to put you to work. I want to see you in action. You got this. You got this.
All right.
Oh, that's
Is it
perfect.
cooked, do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so do I put it in there?
Yes.
Okay. There we go.
Perfect.
For all those skeptics who thought I couldn't cook,
You're amazing.
look at me now.
I'm so proud.
All right. So we do want some of the water. Whoops.
Yes, definitely. The pasta water will help thicken up the sauce,
Okay.
some of that starch in the pasta, and that'll help loosen up also the pesto so that it coats each noodle
Okay.
really nicely.
I always thought you had to strain this, except I'm losing a couple of these.
Oh, we'll clean it up.
Okay. Is there anything more in here? No.
One more scoop there.
Okay. Oh, so I learned a new way of doing this. I always ended up, I think. Okay, are we good?
Yeah, so we're gonna
All right.
add some of our pesto.
I think I got it all. Oops, yeah, there's still some more in here. Just add this too. Oh my God, this is looking so good. Ooh,
And it's
I
like-
got a lot more pasta in here. Okay. Oh wow, that looks good.
And like, you can't even tell that it's kale. Like,
No, you can't. I mean, it's all ground up, so yeah. And now, does it taste the same as basil, or is it a little bit?
I mean, it definitely has a different flavor profile, but it's similar.
Okay.
And I'll show you a really fun way to garnish this up and impress your family. And
That really looks good. So you really don't want the tomatoes to be too soggy, right? You still want them to have that texture and and
Definitely.
the integrity of the tomato.
absolutely, you want them to have a little bite.
Uh-huh.
I hate overcooked vegetables in any way. I think that's why I didn't really like vegetables growing up, is because they're often mushy.
Soggy and mushy.
So I like when they have a bite.
Okay.
You want to bite into a tomato.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be mush. And the pasta's soft, so you don't need, another soft aspect in your dish.
Okay. I cannot wait to taste this.
I know, I'm getting really hungry smelling this.
I mean, it just looks good. The presentation is beautiful.
Thank you. And we really threw it together so quickly.
Yeah, it wasn't, grab these here. It wasn't anything that was overwhelming at all.
All right. think we're ready to go plate it up.
All right, so now we get to sort of make it look fancy and
Yes.
make it look harder than it was to make.
Exactly. So presentation is key with
Absolutely.
everything. Everyone eats with their eyes first. So a simple pasta dinner can look like you spent a whole lot more time making it by doing a few things. So first we're going to add our pasta to our plate. And we have a really nice serving platter, which is always important. And then we're just going to scoop it in. And you have all the colors everywhere. And I'm going to grab some tongs actually to arrange the tomatoes on top.
Okay, sorry. Just gonna put this into the plate. There we go.
Thank you.
This does look amazing.
So then we're going to take our tomatoes and shrimp and add those on top. And then a trick I learned actually is to just take a paper towel and wipe the side of your
Yes,
plate. You can
so it
also
looks nice.
use a towel. So we'll use one of
I
these.
can go grab a paper towel. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're good. And just clean around those edges. And then we're going to garnish with some fresh parsley and make it really look extra special. And then we're also going to garnish with some fresh lemon because we had lemon in our dish. So always garnish with things that are already in your dish because it makes more sense. Because if you garnish with something that,
Right,
you know,
flavor might not coincide with what you have in there already.
exactly.
So you want to put carrots in there, right?
Exactly. And then it helps people know like what's in there when you're
Okay.
cooking. It's an indicator with what you're garnishing. So we're actually going to slice up a lemon. I'll have you do that for me, really thin.
Okay. Should we use the other one or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
How we still had a half, so it's.
There we go. Oh, I like this knife.
Oh yeah, we have really good knives. Which is so awesome and helpful. Most cooks don't realize the importance of a
really
sharp
important.
knife.
Yep. Do we need more?
No, that's perfect.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you just a little trick. So we're going to take this lemon, cut right down that center, and then we're going to do like a little lemon twist.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So just cut right, yep, perfect. So having a chef knife that's really sharp is
Yeah,
super important because a dull
sure
knife,
does help.
that's when you hurt yourself.
Okay.
Awesome, I love it.
Oh, this is definitely looks a lot more difficult than it was. But that's our secret, right?
Exactly.
All right, that looks amazing, absolutely amazing.
We need to grab some forks and taste.
I think we do, absolutely, we absolutely do. So this is a meal in itself.
Yes.
Is it? Would you suggest any side meals with it, or that's it, right?
You can do a salad. A side salad is always a good idea. More vegetables, more fresh, delicious things. Some bread is traditionally served with pasta, just the Italian way to carb on carb. You can also dip it in with the pesto, which is super delicious.
And this is 0 calories, right?
Oh yeah, of course. If you eat a vegetable, it balances everything else off.
There you go. There you go. So are we going to taste this?
Yes, let's grab
All
some
right.
forks and a plate. Make sure you get a little bit of everything.
In the dish, absolutely. Okay. And there you go. So let's see what our cooking
Thank you.
is going to.
This looks so good.
All right, we need a little technical difficulties with
That's
our tool.
okay.
Such a big kitchen, everything is everywhere, but
Just one. There you go.
one shrimp.
Yes, and we need a dish for you. Oh. Can you
Thank
grab
you.
a dish? What do you think?
Cheers.
All right. And this is called Kale Shrimp Pasta. Is it good?
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, let's see here.
It passed Bob's test, so I think
so
we're golden.
yeah, and this is the king of chili dogs, so I think we did good.
Oh,
I think we did good. All right.
And getting that perfect bite with the shrimp and the tomato.
All right, Amanda, so what are we going to tape tomorrow?
I think we need to make dessert.
The baklava cheesecake.
Yes.
I think that would be great. So what kind of recipes are in store for those that want to come in and learn how to cook in the evenings? Families can come as well, right? Okay.
So we're going to have culinary classes that are in baking as well as in savory. So
Okay.
whatever your interest
can't stop
is.
eating.
Isn't it great? So we have a lot in store, and
So
we're
do you
really
have bake
excited.
night? Do you have like pasta night? Do you have like themed nights, or is it just, you know, whatever you're thinking that day?
Yeah, no, we'll definitely have it planned out. We have a whole curriculum that we're working on. So if you want to
Great.
learn how to make pizza, making pizza dough and sauce yourself, you can come in and learn that. You want to learn how to decorate cupcakes like a pro? I'm here to teach you.
All right, that sounds exciting. So I've been told to wrap up, which I'm not upset with, because now I can go and really eat this. But thank you so much, Amanda. This was amazing. I really want to go home and make this, because I think it speaks to a lot of different culinary palates. So thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
We'll be coming back for another lesson with the amazing Amanda Saab. Thank you all for being with us, and thanks Zaman International for hosting us, and we will see you next time at What's Cooking.